This is Microphone Check, hip-hop from NPR Music. I'm Frannie Kelley.
I'm Ali Shaheed Muhammad.
I'm Mel, also known as Stinky Beverly of the Outfit Texas.
It's JayHawk in the daytime.
It's already, you already know it's Dorian of the Outfit Texas. You guessed it.
What up?
I'm so happy we're in Texas to talk to you guys.
Yeah, man.
On time.
How you liking this weather?
I wish it were a little bit warmer. I'm like a 95% humidity kind of girl.
Oh.
You go to Houston.
Well,
Yeah.
It's like that.
Hey, that's like a
Yeah.
swamp.
considering it, we just left the frost, I'm cool with it. I'm kind of happy with the
greedy about
sunshine right now.
It's pretty
Wait till
nice.
about July. You gonna regret this.
Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah, I know how that
You out here
is.
no white people.
1,014 degrees.
Yeah, we've been complaining about all the back and forth weather we getting, but once July comes around here, it's gonna be terrible.
A new
It's gonna
type
be
of complaint.
terrible. Yeah. You're not even gonna be able to muster the energy to complain. It's gonna be so hot. It's bad out here.
Yeah, we call in to work when it's like that.
Does that affect the music that you make?
With the weather down here?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, most of the time, like down here, we drive a lot, and so
Because it's too
summertime
hot to
especially-
walk?
Basically,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's
Straight
too hot
up.
to stay in the house and run your AC at 60.
Okay.
You get the bill in and be like, damn, bro, $516? So you just drive, roll your windows down and go anywhere, car wash,
Okay.
run some errands. So a lot of the times, when you're driving, you need cooler music, You need a little more, something a little more funky, Nothing too rambunctious just because, it starts to unnerve you. So I think that is the reason why. Because I even think back to riding around my papa when I was little. And he would ride around to Al Green and Bobby Blue Bland,
cool
Albert
music.
King, Like, I think it's generational. Like, even like my father, he would ride around Maze all the time.
Yeah.
And then with us, like, I remember when I gravitated towards other genres, but even in regards to hip-hop, it would be like Fat Pat. It would be A Ballin' and JG, UGK, like, and if it was Cash,
Outkast.
I remember when I was jamming Cash. Y'all remember this? I know I'm not like, I would, when I'm riding, I prefer like more like the Stank Love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Funky Ride, Players Ball, and then like they still had those records where they spitting, but I in the car I just couldn't do it. So I do think that plays a direct, like a big part, in the sound and the feel of that. The tempo really down here.
Yeah. The way
Right.
of life down here is just kind of chill. Even when it's hot, like you just don't want to do anything. So it's all laid back.
It's like 120 BPM.
Yeah.
Right.
That's kind of fast, but
60. Double
yeah,
time.
Yeah, definitely.
I understand. 106 degrees outside.
Bones on the table,
Jamming that screw.
Yeah.
And you guys listen to a lot of like Texas funk, regional music. Is that true?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
use that in your music? Do you hear it?
Yarborough and Peoples got played a lot
Oh yeah.
in my house growing up. I don't know if people are familiar with Yarborough and Peoples, but Fat Pat's record Tops Drop is
Okay.
a sample of their record. Don't Stop the
Don't
Music.
stop the music. It's a big song.
Yeah, so and there were a lot of other groups too. I just remember that one particularly being a big one. And then we used to actually call, how California had G-Funk?
Yeah.
Texas has a Texas Funk too. You listen to like those old HUC records from like really like 92, 90 onward. You hear that a lot. You hear Screw say that, you hear Pat say that. And that's what like that whole, I know, like me particularly, I'm a big Fat Pat fan. I know that's what that's known as. That's that Texas Funk. You know what I mean? So, that definitely was a big part. And we were big West Coast fans.
Okay.
And funk in general, even like everything has its different sounds. Like Texas is definitely more bluesy. Like we got a lot more guitars and organs and stuff like that in our sound. It comes from church. I think
Okay.
a lot of it comes from like being in church, just as like young kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, you in the Southern Baptist mecca of the world right now.
Yeah, Hawkins in East Dallas and nothing but liquor stores and churches in East Dallas. Like
Alternating.
yeah,
Lucky's Liquor, Mount Ebenezer Baptist Church. Johnny's
Straight up.
Liquor.
Straight up.
But yeah, so definitely, man. Funk was I think literally, my dad ruined me. Like I remember he had a cassette tape. It was like a mixtape. He would put it in, and it was like the first half of Mothership Connection, and then it would go left. And I don't even know what that other stuff was. It was like a slave cut. It was like, and I was like little, how it is when you're a little man looking up to your father, and it's like, he just in, I think now that I'm grown, I realize what it is. He probably was missing the club life. So he just turned his Mazda hatchback into a club. And I was in there just like, all right, you know, flashlight. You know, so yeah, definitely.
That's funny. You know, we so one misconception I think is you guys are all from Dallas, but you met in Houston.
Well, D and I met in Dallas. We went to middle and high school together.
Okay.
And we went down to U of H in 2006 for college. That's when we met JayHawk.
Did you study music at all?
No, nobody's
That was not the point.
Creative writing major, if that means anything.
Yeah, that makes
But
sense.
you know,
School was one of those things.
yeah,
I know definitely for me it was kind of one of those things. It's like at the time, what else was I gonna do? You know what I mean, like I know him, Hawk and I definitely we were all working on music, and we're trying to get that going. But just because we weren't at the place we wanted to be in our careers, or it wasn't like a self-sustaining thing. Like graduated high school was either like get a job or go to school,
college.
go to college. You know.
And JayHawk didn't even really go. He didn't attend classes. He didn't do nothing but rap.
I'll tell you something. Look,
And
I went
smoke
to sign up for classes, and it was like, oh, okay, 8 o'clock classes. Yeah, I've been going to school at 8 o'clock. Let me tell you something. I went to that 8 o'clock class like one time.
We all had algebra.
I scheduled my really.
Yeah, we learned
Yeah,
really
we had
quickly.
algebra class together, and he came for the first week after syllabus. We never saw him again. We went down to that whole second floor of the towers. It's the Moody Towers. That's the name of the freshman dorms. Their whole second floor, all of them decided to rap.
Okay.
And like only 2 of them were actual rappers. Like he was one, there was another guy, and they would like rap. That's all they would do. They wouldn't go to class, and they went on like a drinking binge one like 6 weeks. Or
A lot of Hennessy.
But they didn't do nothing but drink Hennessy and make rap songs. And let me tell you something, Ali. Let me tell you something, Frannie. That's the worst music you ever heard. And you couldn't tell them because we was trying to be good friends. So it's like, yeah, that's good, bro. Yeah, and that's just horrible.
That's college.
So what was it that caused you guys to like really link up and you knew it was something special?
I mean, we was partners first. I remember the first day I met D, you know, we made a record the first night we met. You know, just because I had already heard his music on MySpace before we even
MySpace.
Yeah, straight up. I heard his beats and his music on MySpace.
Getting on there tonight, bro.
So, you know, when I linked up with him, we made a record the first night we met. Mel, he was so Dallas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, it was one of those just natural type of things. When I first met him, he had a red stocking cap and red slippers on.
Come on, bro. Hold on, off the record, bro.
Hold on, no, that ain't out the record. I met Money Mel, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Like
So,
my comfortable house shoes. You understand me?
so straight up, so I mean, we was partners, you know, way before we even decided to, you know what I'm saying, get in a group. Or even before they even called me to get in a group, you know what I'm saying, for me to say specifically.
The group thing was highly random, like really, really random. It just kind of happened. Like, we made a record one day. Like, it was just like, "Hey, D, let's make this song. I got this idea." I was like, "All right." I didn't think, we didn't think anything of it. But next thing you know, we was just kind of dove in head first, and everything just started taking off. You know, the record itself, the group itself. Even Hawk getting down, like, it seemed like when he got down with us, like, everything just sped up.
The energy,
even more.
it picked up. That's how he is. He's a drunkard. So we try to keep him busy to keep him from drinking, you know. So we just been busy ever since, just kind of making music, loving it, man. Like, we done been through it, been up, been down, been broke, you know. And I mean, no matter what, throughout it all, you know, because we've moved back and forth from Dallas and Houston several times throughout since 2010, you know, just trying to do this, you know. And I mean, if it wasn't for the boys, man, like, I don't know, I could say, you know, I don't want to speak for all 3 of us, but it's kind of one of those things where it's kind of like just, it's kind of like sales, man. It's kind of like we just kind of gravitated around each other, and the osmosis is what keeps things positive and keeps things going, you know?
Well, how do you work together? Do you write together, or do you send each other stuff?
No, we do not involve Gmail in the studio. We don't want to feature Gmail on no albums. I don't want Google getting no publishing cuts. So we like to do everything in house. We got the studio at the house.
Okay.
We like to, like, you know, it's just easy to do something in your house shoes and your wife beater, you know?
You know, it's like really just feeling the whole vibe. Everybody's energy is kind of like all going into it. That's like, we feel like that's the best way to do it. You get everybody just involved, and you can just kind of feel it. It's like a synergy to it, you know what I mean? And
it usually starts off with a movie or a random ass conversation.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
you know, we'll be talking about ladies and some, you know, whatever, and next thing you know, D and I will be at the keys, I'm at the pads, or vice versa, and then Hawk will just be pacing around, you know, doing the rap arms, you know, the swag arms and everything, everywhere. And then, you know, once you get that vibe, once you get that 1 synth, you know, once you get that bass line down, it all just starts to just happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
What do you feel is the biggest obstacle you guys have to overcome so far?
Finances, period. Point blank,
Straight up.
period. I mean, you know, with the independent game, you always hear about the pros, and it is cool. It is cool to get PayPal alerts and you know, sell merch and have people, you know, show you and reciprocate the love. But it's not easy having to go get a job and work and then put your money together and go press up 1,000 limited edition CDs, you know, and then get out there. And then we've went through so many different ways of trying to market this, you know, because you have to be your own everything. You have to be your own corporation. We're our own A&R, our own marketing department, our own research and development, all of that. I've went to Barnes & Nobles because, you know, we try to do better at segment and compartmentalize. So that's when I took on. I said, you know what, I'll try to be the marketing guy. You know, it's my minor. So I went and I got a bunch of books, read them and shit. We applied and done all these things these writers are writing. Half of the shit, false. Doesn't work. The other half, I guess, you know? But we're not a big
Is
business.
it because the ideas are older?
It's because, well, the novel ideas are just theories.
Okay.
They're not actually out here testing these.
Got it.
And then
They're
everything-
writers. They used to write for hip hop, or they used to be in the business, and they see the structure of it now, so they're postulating on and they're hypothesizing.
And everything changes so fast. Like, you know, the internet has just caused like this rapid change. Every day there's something different. There's some phrase, some thing, some video, some song, some meme, something that's just like the new thing. And like marketing and all that like plays into that. Like it's all so quick. We do a lot on the fly. You know what I mean?
I like to liken it to the food truck game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is now. It's food trucks. I mean, you have to segment whatever you do. The Outfit Texas, we're our own food truck with our own recipe. We got to post up shop, let people know we exist, and then hopefully they come and they enjoy whatever we offer. Our chicken sliders, you feel me? You haven't tried to be Chick-fil-A, haven't tried to be, because you can't be McDonald's. We don't have the budget for it. You know? And
I can't believe this is not a taco analogy right now.
I can't believe we don't have tacos right now.
That's fair.
But no, really though. So I mean, like I say, that's the hardest part. I leave big bro, man, is just the money aspect. You know, it's hard to do this out here, and we've been there. We've done that. We've put our money together to press up T-shirts and not eating for 2 days. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's harder when you go to that show. You got the merch. And you sell one T. You feel me? You make that 25, and it's like, but you got to be happy. We are happy because, you know, I mean, you couldn't have sold nothing. But then you go home and you split that 25 up, and then you get you some ramen noodles and get you some Brahms fruit punch, and then you do it again. You know, so it's the struggle of it. Same old. It's life.
How will you know when you made it?
At least when I get 2 jugs of Brahms fruit punch. You know what I'm saying? One for now, one for later now.
Man, I say when boys can do this like 24 hours a day. 7 days a week.
Yeah.
You know, when we don't have to like nothing else. Like we don't have to, when this is literally, you know, what brings income into our pocket.
Yeah.
You know, that's when we feel like, you know, because that's what we want to do. Like, because I want to clear it up. Like, we're not in it for the money. We're in it because we like to create. So having to go to a job and make money is less time that we have to create.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Paradox.
So, you know, we just want to be able to sit and do this all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's definitely, you know, just going on drawing on the food truck analogy, the fact that you guys are offering something that's not, like, there's not a lot of competition offering the same thing. So I think, you know, that's your strength. And,
Appreciate it.
you know, you should definitely, you know, like we were talking before the interview, just, you know, regiment a schedule for yourselves of just like lining up a list of, okay, this is what we need to do on a daily and stick to it. I think you're going to push through and you're going to find like the merch, you know, for whatever investments you're making, like for example with merch, that'll pay off for you, and some other aspects will also pay off.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that uplift. Because it definitely, I mean, you know, it ain't easy, but, and that's where we found is that it's a testament to the half the time we've had moments. We've had moments where, you know, everybody does. I'm sure y'all did as a tribe, no pun intended. Like, I'm sure you sit down and you're like, man, you know, are they going to understand? You know, we're doing this for not putting all this love into this music. We're going and working these server jobs. you know, this lady talking about her iced tea, and I'm trying to, I got my last chorus in my mind. I'm trying to, I didn't even remember she wanted an iced tea. I really don't care about your iced tea, but I'm gonna go get you this iced tea, lady. You know what I mean? So,
straight up.
but I'm sure y'all went through it, So.
Absolutely, and the fact that is, that's a testament to the dedication of where your heart and your passion is like, really, I'm not focused on your iced tea. Like, I'm really, like, to have a chorus in your head while you're working, like, that's dedication. A lot of people are not that committed, so that should be another indication for you. Like, you just have to find a way to, schedule out your life so that it's not a hobby. It's something that's like, we're actually eating off of our art and our creativity.
Yeah, that's the goal, definitely. That's what we're trying to get to. You know what I mean? It's been a long time just doing it, and even doing it and putting that energy into it, trying to make it more than that. But I think we probably
organization and commitment.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, we really can't complain. Like, we've been blessed.
Definitely.
Like, we've had a good, year and a half to now, whatever it is. Like, our fan base has grown exponentially, but it's still not to the point where any man, I feel like, I think that's people, that's a human nature thing, When we get a Toyota, it's like, man, this Toyota's nice, and after a week, it's like, shit, but that Bentley, though, So,
nature, man.
that's all it is, But we're definitely, appreciative or whatever, and like I say, y'all have to understand, I mean, I want to say this on the air, like, man, we listen to y'all, because I do all the graphic design for us. And when I do designs, like, I like to listen to things that, inspire. You can't do the graphic. Well, I can, actually. I actually listen to Gucci a lot when I'm designing. But, then I go to low-end theory. You know what I mean? And I go to Midnight Marauders. I'm listening to that because whatever y'all were doing, bro, it just sounds like art. You know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think is missing right now that's, like, in music that's will give you that feeling?
It's originality to me.
Man.
Spirit, spirituality.
That too. But I mean, I think that comes with originality. If you know yourself, oftentimes I think you know your spirit, and you can kind of display that through your music. There's so many people trying to do what's just the hot thing. And like I was saying earlier, so much changes that it's almost a waste of time to try and keep up with the hot thing. You start coming with that, and it's on to something else, and you got to play catch up with the next thing. You know what I mean? So just being yourself, like. There's only one you, and nobody can really duplicate that. I think that's definitely what we try and do. We try and just make sure that we assert ourselves. We put ourselves into what we have going on.
Open-mindedness is missing.
Yeah, definitely.
Open-mindedness. The hardest thing or the reoccurring, pimple that we've had to deal with is people trying to box us in or just box hip-hop in. You have a particular demographic that they want you to get up there and do a cappella. And if you're not doing that, if you're up there playing keys or whatever, they act like this shit's foreign. You have another demographic, they think hip-hop, everybody thinks they know what hip-hop is supposed to be, as if hip-hop is not an art form. We don't do that to Nirvana or to Smashing Pumpkins or to Bush. We don't do that to that. We don't do that to Lord. We don't do that, but when it comes to hip-hop, it has to be lyrical, it has to be technicality. He's the 16th. No, bruh. Like, what's not artistic about Pimp C saying, let me see it? I mean, we've all been there as men and wanted to see it.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't always have to be, I know I have, and it doesn't always, and even women, let's be honest, women, come on women, we understand, it's a secret, but women, like, everybody likes to see it. The point is that, music that's all music is supposed to be. Correct me if I'm wrong. When I was first starting off living life, when I first, 3 or 4 years old, in the church house with my grandmama, and she in the church crying, because she's feeling whatever her spirit is supposed, so I thought it was supposed to be that. And that's when hip-hop has lost its spirit. It's lost its understanding that its music is spiritual. It ain't just about bottle popping. It ain't just about thugging, trapping. You feel me? Because everybody
Getting
don't
money.
trap, bro. That's spiritual for somebody, but let's be honest, dog. How many people buying crack? 4. That's 4 crackheads.
Straight up.
In Austin alone, probably. And those people that are doing crack, they don't buy music, bro. So I'm trying to figure out where's the trap segment? Like how, so it's obvious it's being force fed. That's cute. But beyond that, man, like, we have jobs. We've had them. We off and on, So where's that? Like, where's that working man's music? You know, like I just argued with my girlfriend, like Boosie. That's why people understand Boosie's thing. Boosie's thing is because Boosie makes that music that you can live to. You know, like Tupac did. You know, like y'all did. Like Jay has. Like all the legends, all of them. You know, Outkast did. All of G did. So that's what I think is missing. I think the turn up shit. That's one aspect of life. How often does one go to the club, especially the older we get? Birthdays. Straight up. And then by midnight, you ready to go home because you got to go to work. Yeah. Straight up. You know, so that's what I think.
I mean, for me, the one biggest thing, like I piggyback off of what like Erykah Badu said, like the game just lacking nuts, for lack of a better term. Like, and I want to make sure I'm clear. Like, I'm not saying like it needs to be like gangster or like hard. It's just like I just feel like there's a lack of confidence. Like there's a lack of superstars. You know, it's a lot of shyness. A lot of you know what I'm saying. It's like when I grew up on hip hop, like Method Man wasn't shy. You know, you feel me? Like Pimp C wasn't shy. Jay wasn't shy. Like the cats we grew up on, they were superstars in their own right. They knew it even before they had the money to back it up. You know what I'm saying? I just think like everybody just so cool and friendly with each other, and you know what I'm saying. It's just it's just, I don't know. There's just something missing. So like I put it like Eric said, it's just lack of nuts.
What you mean, talking about like the competitive nature of it?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Just being able to people just feeling like you the shit. Like back in the day, like everybody felt like they were the best. Jay felt like he was the best. Nas felt like he was the best. Outkast felt like they were the best. You know what I'm saying? And they respected everybody else and what they were doing. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm the best, and I'm gonna walk and talk and exude that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like today, people, it's almost like some artists don't believe that they are the best. You know, and you could tell in their music. You know, I don't get that you believe that your music is great. You know. That's just
I like what you said about how like it's knowing yourself. Like that's how you know you're gonna make it. But I wanted to come back to so you guys the double album is an interesting move. It's not really like you're not gonna make a lot of money making the double album. And then in the middle of it, sort of when you switch halves, you do your thanks and you thank your extended family, because you were never in daycare. It's all the family that put you up. Does your family listen to your music?
Yeah.
What do they think about everything that's going on?
That was on the end of my disc, and I did that because like that's what we all are like you just alluded to. Like our particular story, our particular life makes us us, and so what makes me me is the fact that I came up around a lot of old folks. My grandmama is 13 of them, so my ain't baby sister kept me. My ain't Big Shot, my Uncle Henry. So I'm coming up listening to, Al Green and listening to stuff. I'm like, what is it, Lightning Hopkins, and watching stories and getting past all this wisdom through osmosis and verbally, and it kind of just made me an old soul. So they don't, like, just to answer the question, like my grandmama, she don't even want to hear it. Because she know what it might be, but she supports me. I was leaving, I went to go check on her, she getting older, and she was like, I'm praying for you, baby. I'll be down there using all them cuss words. And I walked out. But my mama, she listens to it. My dad, he checks it out, and they understand. My dad had the Chronic album on vinyl. He's not a big hip-hop fan because he really doesn't he comes from the funk and the soul. So he just don't get why you cussing so much, saying this bitch, this hoe, that. All this, but you didn't even say anything that resonates with me. He doesn't get it. And so, I feel like I'm speaking for all of us. Like our parents, they check us out, they support us, but
do they come to your shows?
Yeah, they come.
I think my mama, like she the wrong mama to play with. Like my mama was at all of my UIL competitions, all of my choir competitions, all of my theater arts joints. Like she's gonna be everywhere her baby is. Like she said, so. She's supportive and she listen. Like I feel like for all of us.
My mama thinks she cool now. She sometimes take her to get a tattoo.
She going to VIP.
She called me. I'm at the door. All right, mama, come on in. My mama come and get me. You can't tell your mama in her 60s. Your mama like, I'm gonna come get you. So I'm gonna take my mama to get a sleeve. She gonna get Thug Life on her stomach. Yeah.
Can't do everything like that.
Yeah, I can. Shout out to mama. What up, T lady?
Shout out to all our mamas.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my mom.
There you go.
Shout out to mama.
Mama Frannie, Mama Ali, what it do?
And our daddies, because we do all got daddies.
I don't call my mom dad. It's my father. I don't do that.
Daddy, father.
I don't like I have to get on all the time. That's you ratchet,
My
boy.
father is downstairs, sir.
It ain't Daddy's Day, it's Father's Day. I wish I would. Daddy, what? I'm sorry. Excuse you? I'm sorry. Nah, I'm just bullshit. I'm drunk. I had Lone Star for breakfast.
Well, let's end this so I can have a Lone Star for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
I'm so glad to be in Texas and meet you.
Stay committed, man. For real. Don't even be discouraged by it.
We got you,
Y'all
man.
tight unit, so
Appreciate it,
that's
man.
your strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm taking that to heart, Ali, man.
I know.
You can't drink with me. You told me you don't do the alcohol, so I got to take your word. Sober. Sure, you don't want to get 2 beers and we see what you got to say. That's when the truth come out. You be like, you know what, bro? Don't just stop what you're doing. I want to let you know that. Nah, we appreciate Ali, big bro. It's great business, man.
For sure.
Thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all for the opportunity, man.
Again, this is the Outfit Texas, man. Funk with a yeah.
Bang, bang.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Oh, man. That was good. That got heavy.
All the insects and stuff is crawling.
I know. I'm pretty sure there was a bee on my neck at one point. I was like, don't panic. Don't panic.
I saw it, actually.
Was it a bee? Was it a bee?
But it flew out.
I think it was a butterfly. It was a little black looking butterfly.